Welcome. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about floor living. Yes, living on the floor. That's you take out all of your sitting tools, couches, chairs, all that stuff, and you're actually living on the floor, sitting on the floor, working. Say you're working on the internet, you're sitting on a cushion or something, not a chair. So I'm going to talk about the benefits of floor living, coming back to the ground, back to our natural state of floor living. And I'm also going to touch on sleeping on the floor. And that's our more natural state, sleeping on the floor. If you go back, a couple hundred years, we didn't all sleep in these huge, super plush beds. And I'm going to talk about the benefits of floor living and sleeping on the floor. So we're getting back to the floor. We're getting back to nature in this video. In a way, our more natural habitat. And let's get into this. So some of the benefits of if you take out your desk chair and sit on a cushion, put your desk near the ground, what are the benefits of this kind of behavior, living on the floor? It's sort of like a new thing. Like you'll see it on YouTube sometimes. People talking about floor living. And there's all sorts of benefits because, a lot of people are having serious spine problems, serious back problems from sitting in chairs all day, every day. And in this day and age, so many people work at a desk and they sit in a chair, and it's not natural. Like the human body, the skeletal structure, the way it was designed and the way it's oriented, it's not designed to sit in a chair all day. We weren't designed for that, we just weren't. It's really, really, really not natural. And for some people that don't mind and they don't have any back problems or knee problems, and they're in great shape, fine. It's probably not that bad sitting in a chair all day. But as you age and as you get older, you can develop all sorts of weird problems from sitting in a chair. Also, the sedentariness of sitting on a couch. When you sit on a couch, the couch makes you kind of want to just sink into it and not move, and you stay there all day. So it promotes a sedentary lifestyle, a couch or a lazy boy chair. And sedentariness, you're looking at aging. You're looking at aging way faster because the human body was designed to stand and walk and move and sleep. But the human body was designed to move, constantly be moving, right? Not sitting in a super comfortable couch for 10, 15 hours every day. It's just absolutely I'm sure it ages you really badly. So there's so many benefits to the floor living lifestyle. Let's touch on base on a few really quickly here. Better posture. Yeah, in this day and age, so many people have terrible posture. They start to hunch over, and also looking at your phone a lot. And people hold the phone below them and they look down, and that creates bad posture too. So if you hold your phone up to your eye level, which no one does because it seems weird that you would hold it up there, it's like you're taking a picture. But think about it. When you have your phone way down here, super, super low, it creates terrible posture. So that's one thing. But sitting on a cushion while you're working at your computer instead of a chair, it makes your lower back muscles support your spine way better, because you actually have to support your spine now. You're not leaning back into a comfortable chair, and all those muscles get weaker and weaker as you're leaning all day. So you want to have no back. That's the optimal way to do it. Of course, it's not easy, and if you do transition to that, you got to transition slowly. You can't just completely 100% change all in one day. It can take like maybe a year to slowly transition and grow new muscles. Because if you're sitting upright, completely supporting your spine with your own muscles for 8 hours a day, you got to slowly transition to that. You got to grow those muscles first, right? But if you do grow those muscles, or even if it's part of your day, like part of your work day, your muscles will support your spine way better. And then by that, you will have way better posture. And better posture is, I mean, it's so important for so many things. One of the things that people don't know too much about is when your spine is aligned and it's properly straight, your brain actually works way better. When you're hunched over like this, your spinal cord isn't functioning at its best. And your spinal cord is directly, it influences how well your brain works, because it is part of your brain, right? It's also your energy systems will work way better if your posture is better. It affects your energy greatly. If you're hunched over all day, it will be hard on your energy levels. It affects your organs too, and your posture affects your organs, and your organs affect your energy level, your life source level, your health. So your posture is actually way more important than most people give it credit for. They think, oh yeah, it's better, but they don't really think about it too much. Spine strength, yep, we touched on that. So you'll have the muscles to be able to give yourself good posture because you have the muscles there to support your spine. Knee and hip mobility and strength when you're young and well into old age. Yeah, so people go to yoga class to get better hip mobility and knee strength and knee mobility. If you are living on the floor or spending some time of your day living on the floor, it doesn't have to be the whole day, but even if it's parts of the day, right? As you age, a lot of people go to get hip replacements at the age of 50 or 60. That you're not going to be one of those people if you spend a portion of your time on the floor. Or if you just go to yoga class 3 times a week, you're probably not going to need a hip replacement, right? Because you're working that joint, bending it, moving it, using it. It's when you stop using the hips properly or moving them to full extension, and same with the knees, that they age faster, and you lose mobility over years. Another thing that's huge too is for senior citizens. One of the huge problems with a senior citizen is they solidify. They get more and more solidified. So at some point, falling over becomes a huge problem. You can die from falling over at a certain age because you can't get back up. It sounds funny, but it's true. You literally can't get back up, and you're falling over because you're not able to bend in certain ways anymore. Your body's too solidified. All your mobility abilities have been, shortened. So if you spend time on the floor, even at old age, you're gonna decrease your likelihood of falling and your likelihood of not being able to get back up. Both of those things, they're huge. They're huge things that people don't think about too much, and it's sort of simply avoided if you spend a certain amount of time on the ground every day, even if it's like a couple hours with no backrest every day. Like bring one of your events, one of the things you do, to the ground every day, even if it's for an hour or two, and it'll make a huge difference in your older years. And just it'll make you way healthier too in your younger years. You'll be able to enjoy the good years with more health, right? So yeah, of course, spending more time is on the ground is you're less sedentary. So the more you have big plush couches everywhere, big lazy boy furniture everywhere, the more you're likely to just spend the whole day there. And then that's your life. Like if you spend a whole day on your couch, that's your life. Like you're losing your life to the couch. The couch is taking your life, taking a good chunk of your life away. And another thing too in our society is comfort. We overvalue comfort in every way, and comfort is not. We mistake comforts for happiness. Comfort is not happiness. If anything, it's the opposite of happiness. Too much comforts, and in the West, people are really drowning in comforts, distractions, and comforts. Comfortable, delicious, comfortable junk food, distracting, constantly being distracted with screens and apps, and then extremely comfortable beds and cushions and couches constantly. And all these things they're making people very, very sick and very, it's taking the joy away from a lot of people's lives. Excessive comfort and excessive entertainment, which is really what like North America is based on. Tons of entertainment, tons of junk food, and excessive comforts. And all those things, they take away the joy of life, I think. You don't mistake comforts for happiness. So there's this thing called healthy stress. So healthy stress would be the opposite of comforts. So sleeping on the floor or sitting on the floor would be a healthy stress. It's still stress on your system. It's like a workout or a massage, right? A massage would be a healthy stressor. A workout would be a healthy stressor. Unless you do it too much excessively, then it can become unhealthy too, of course. So floor living would be a healthy stress. And the opposite of comforts. Excessive comfort in North America. Okay, so I'll touch a little bit on floor sleeping. I have dabbled in floor sleeping for a few years here and there. When I was around young age, early 20s, I was sort of like a makeshift monk in a way. I was really into that type of lifestyle, and no possessions was kind of part of it. And I found that sleeping on the floor just felt really good. Like it felt awkward for like a week, but after that something about it felt right. And I've noticed throughout the years, I've done it for a few years here and there. I'm currently back into it now again. And I noticed that it actually feels like a massage for your muscles. It's very interesting. It's like, because it's a hard surface, right? It depending on what you actually sleep on, like if it's a mat or 2 or 3 mats or just the hard wood floor or something. But it actually like squishes and pushes your muscles as you kind of roll around and sleep on them. And it feels like a massage. The circulation in your muscles will be way better. Say you work out a bunch or you have a lot of physical labor, it will actually help kind of squish your muscles, and it's similar to a massage. It also makes your body way more firm, right? When you're on a super plush bed, your muscles get kind of sloppy and loose a little bit. So I've noticed your body will be way more firm when you're sleeping on the floor. And there's so many other benefits to sleeping on the floor. Spine health, spine strength, your posture, all those will improve with time. Hello, kitty. Don't chew on the wires. What else? Your sleep quality. I find I'll have way better sleep quality when I sleep on the floor. It's like it's natural. Think about in general, things that are more natural to lifestyle are generally healthier, right? So these huge plush beds, they're a fairly new concept, not supernatural. And then again, a huge plush bed is excessive comforts. Excessive comforts to death, to disease, to issues and disease. Yeah. So I think I'll end there. So like and subscribe if you got any good information out of this or you enjoyed this at all. And catch me next time. I'll catch you next time. And have a good one. Peace.